What's going on, guys? Today is Thursday, July 9th of 2020. And it's going to be a pickle episode, Morty. We're going to make pickles today. We're making some pickles today. It's okay. We're going to take that beautiful ride through Landgraf, McDowell County, West Virginia, to the fields. We've got some work to do today, but we're also going to harvest some cucumbers to put with the last cucumbers that we harvested, and we're going to plan to make pickles tonight because we've got quite a bit of pickles to make. But first, we're going to do a feeding with that fish emulsion. We're going to go ahead and throw some of this stuff into the backpack sprayer, and I'm going to go down and feed all of our plants that nice organic stuff that they love so much. It's going to make these beans jump. That's where we're going to start at. We're going to start out in the green beans. I'm just going down all the rows of green beans and hitting them with this fish emulsion. Give them a nitrogen boost to help those beans come on out and help those leaves grow big and strong. That way they can make beans. And Felicia was doing some camera action and found some milkweed in here. Some beautiful flowers. It's one of the flowers that grows along the edge of the garden. We allow some of the edges to grow up and flower to bring in pollinators. And now I'm going back through the corn. Felicia found some nightshade. There are purple and white nightshades in here. I don't know if she got pictures of both of them, but it looks like the ones on the screen are the white ones. Still beautiful nonetheless. They are prickly and they will stab you when you're pulling them out. So be careful. You have to pull those suckers out by the roots. That way they're not stabbing you and whatnot. But we're just going to run through this corn and give it a feeding too. We've already fertilized this corn, and now I'm going back down the rows of the peppers individually. We have gypsy peppers, bell peppers, Marconi peppers, and keystone peppers. And there are 3.5 rows of peppers in here. And last but not least, we're going down and hitting all of these tomatoes. We've got 4 rows of tomatoes in this first section. I went down the section that has the Cherokee Sun tomatoes, and now I'm going down the section that has the Hillbilly tomatoes. And as I come back down the final 2 rows, I'm going to take care of the Brandywine tomatoes and the cherry tomatoes. We also have 200-foot rows of other tomatoes. That's Mr. Stripey's and German Johnson's. I'm going to go down the prolific squash and feed them. We have a 100-foot row of those. Backpack sprayer's starting to get a little bit empty, so we're going to finish it out and taking it through and feeding our cabbage. That's where we left off last time. What's going on, guys? This is Jay, and today is Thursday, July 9th. So check it out. We in the garden. We just come through and did a feeding. We fed the rest of the cabbages in block 4 of the brassicas. These guys are looking good in here. Those mustard greens, they're getting really tall. And check out those mustard greens. We'll be able to pick from them. Probably in a couple weeks we'll be picking leaves off of them. We've been picking cucumbers out. We got a little bit over 10 pounds of cucumbers. The day before yesterday when we did a picking, there was a total of 23 cucumbers, which was pretty awesome. We're going to be picking cucumbers again today because more cucumbers are ready. It's pretty exciting. We found and spotted our first pumpkins growing in block 5 back there. I'm not going back there right now. Maybe we will later today. It's lunchtime now. We're going to work our way back up through what we just did, all of our work, what we just done. Here's Felicia. Hey. Look at that beautiful face. We just finished feeding all of our cabbages. That's where we left off at, and part of the cauliflower here in front of me. They're all fed up and done nice. We just fed our sunflowers. Check out those guys, how tall they're getting. Those are those mammoth sunflowers. They will get 10 feet tall. We come through and fed our prolific squash. That's what that is. A 100-foot row of that. we come through and fed our tomatoes and peppers. These are those German Johnson and Mr. Stripey tomatoes that come from Jenny Totten. Look how good they're doing, Jenny. They are doing wonderful. They'll probably get their first trellis line today. We're going to see how much we can get done. We've only been here about 2 hours. It's almost 10 o'clock. So we're getting a little bit done today. They're starting to get their first flowers. We picked off the other flowers until they got this tall. We're going to keep picking flowers until they get about 2.5 feet tall. And they'll be ready to start producing fruit after that. We're coming into block 2 now with the first tomatoes and peppers. We come through and did a feeding on all those. We've got tomatoes in here up top. We got onions down at the bottom. Check that out. And we have onions seeded in the first 3 rows of these peppers. Those are cherry tomatoes in that 100-foot row. These are Brandywine tomatoes in this 100-foot row, and these are Cherokee Sun and Hillbilly tomatoes in rows 3 and 4. And we seeded some rainbow carrots down in between the 4th row of tomatoes. Our peppers are looking good. The last time we were in here, we come through with the tiller and worked all of these peppers. We come through and fed all of these peppers. These are Keystone, Marconi, Bell, and Gypsy peppers in these 4 rows. And over here we have, let's see, it's 6 rows of corn. It's doing good. We just come through and did a feeding on it. Look how tall that corn is getting. It's already at about 1.5 feet tall, which is pretty amazing. We just gave it its first fish emulsion feeding, which is pretty awesome. That's going to give it a boost, and we're going to see it jump within the next couple of days. The last time we were in here, we also got the rest of our beans tilled and worked in for the first time. And look at those beans, they're looking good. I'm pretty sure that we'll be picking beans at the end of this month or the beginning of next month. These are Blue Lake Bush and Contender beans. We come through and worked and fed those today. And we have a bunch of cardboard laid out that Felicia prepped last time. She got all of the tape off of these and busted these boxes down so we can start laying these in massively. Pretty excited about that. We have a little bit of grass we need to cut around here, but that's not much of concern right now because it's lunchtime and it's starting to get a little bit warm out here. So we're going to go up here and enjoy some lunch and kick you back into a time lapse. You can watch us get our munch on. We always love doing that, taking time to look back, reflect on what we've accomplished so far. It's pretty exciting. The last time we were in the garden, we tilled up this entire plot, and we got a lot tilled up at the upper gardens, up at Sky's end of the farm, and where Marshall's working. And we got all the cabbage tilled up there. We got all the zucchini and squash done up there. It's pretty exciting. We have squash and zucchini coming through those hills. And we did a lot of tilling of the beans last time we were there, trying to see what we could pull out of the first crop that we planted. And Marshall also went through on the tractor and planted 26 more rows of, I think it was Contender bean. And then I think he put in 24 rows of Ferrari beans. So that's pretty exciting. We got a bunch more rows of beans on the way. And check out my shirt. I borrowed that from Felicia. So bye, Felicia. Just kidding. But lunchtime, keep rocking it with us. And yeah, keep rocking it with us. We got a lot more to do today. So now it's lunch and munch and lunch and munch and lunch and munch time. Yeah. You can check out that view down the garden. We're about to go back up to that maple tree, that one I love so much that puts shade over the entire cornfield. That's where we're going to have lunch today. That way we're not sitting out in the sun. And I'm pretty excited about these fields up here, because all of that zucchini is starting to get pretty big. All of the corn is doing very well. We have since went in and planted some more stuff, but that's going to be in future videos. I don't want to give out no spoiler alerts. So there is more planting to come and on the way. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is, but it's pretty awesome. And now it's time to go to the post office. We're supposed to have some products that come in the mail today, which is pretty exciting, because if they are there at the post office, then that means we get to do a treatment on all of our crops with that neem oil and that BT that I told you about that I ordered off of Amazon. Now you can order that stuff just about anywhere. You can pick it up at your local Walmart or Lowe's if they have it, but that's the neem oil and the BT. So it looks like we're going to be able to do a treatment today. We went home for a little while and we're back now. I think we went home for about an hour and repacked a little bit of lunch, got a little bit more coffee, and now it's time to do a treatment. So what I'm going to do right now is take out the other backpack sprayer. I got one that I use for feeding and one that I use for treating. The way that I tell my backpack sprayers apart, I have black duct tape on the handle of the one that I use for treating and green duct tape that I put on the handle for feeding. And we're mixing in the neem oil to start out with. And we got a little bit smarter, a little bit wiser about how to carry this backpack. Because my back was hurting after carrying it around for 2 hours feeding everything. So now we put it in that big wheel wagon that we got to help us take rocks out and to help us pull produce through the field. And Felicia's riding around in the wagon and pumping the backpack sprayer. Alright, live action. Check it out, guys. We're down here in block 5. Our BT and neem oil came in the mail today. So just like I promised in the earlier video, we're out here doing a treatment now. We went through and fed everything earlier in the week and today. And guess what? Today we picked out our first crookneck squash. We're doing a cucumber harvest. Let me take you over to the wagon of magic over here. Look at all those cucumbers we picked out today. Felicia's riding along the back, pumping the backpack sprayer. Didn't take long for me to figure out I didn't want to carry around 4 gallons of water down 500 feet of field again today. So we won't be doing that anymore. We're going to put the backpack sprayer every time we do a feeding or a treatment on that wagon. That's what we got it for, so we can harvest produce, make it all easier on us. But we're going to continue to go through and see if we can find any more of these little squash babies in here to harvest. We've done harvest all the pickles and cucumbers. Well, cucumbers, they're going to be pickles later on. You'll see that. But yeah, we're out of here. I'm going to put you back into a time lapse, and we're going to continue down the line until we get to the end and see what else we can get out of here and what else we can get done today. So keep rocking it with us, and we'll catch you in a time lapse. Let's see, I'm going to take you on down. Look at those baby pumpkins. I ain't even going to show you those. Maybe I'll show you. We'll see. So back into the time lapse with you, baby. So we're going to continue treating our crookneck squash. We're starting to get a little bit into the sugar baby pumpkins and the acorn squash. And there's a little bit of slow motion. Felicia riding that wagon around. I think she's having a good time. She's just riding it around, pumping it while I'm pulling it. And look at that face. She is so content, having a good time. Just like when we were childrens. Just like when we were childrens, pulling around the wagon, playing in the squash fields, pumpkin patch. Well, it is time for another lunch break. I have a blood sugar to take care of. My blood sugar is dropping, so it's time to have a little bit of lunch. I have a cashew butter and jelly sandwich today. We have a banana today. think there might have been some blueberries. I don't even remember. There's probably some cherries in there. But we're back at it now. We're done in there, and we're starting to hit the watermelons, those water babies. Yes. So one thing that we're doing, we're taking time to go through and train the vines laterally as we pull the wagon through, and you can see how we did that. Felicia's going through and pulling out some of the water weed while I'm getting the backpack sprayer set back up. We put all the produce that we picked into the bag, out of the wagon and into the bag. And now it's time to go up and treat some of the other things. I'm not sure what we treated next. I think it was the brassicas, I'm pretty sure. But we're going to mix up some more of this solution. And this time we're going to add the BT, because we not only have beetles in here, but we also have caterpillars, and the BT is the best for taking care of those cabbage loopers, any kind of caterpillars that we have going on in here. We also have some two-stripe moths or something like that, some kind of worms we don't want in there. So we're going to treat them all. You can see the difference in the leaf color after they're sprayed. A little bit wetter, and they all stand right back up when they get this water, because it is hot out there today, and we're going to have to get on that irrigation soon. I think there's a little bit of rain forecast over the next couple of days, but it is starting to get hot. So check it out, guys. We're out here in the brassica patch. I just come through and treated all of the kale, collards, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, and we still have the cauliflower, cabbage, and some of the mustard greens to do. But what I'm going to show you right now is how I mix the organic treatment in my backpack sprayer. What I have here is a neem oil extract. It's an insecticide, a fungicide, and a miticide. And that's going to take care of any of our beetles and insects that are in our brassicas. And then we have this BT over here. And what that is, it's a biological insecticide. It's a soil-borne bacteria that will go into the gut of the caterpillars that are in here eating, and it's going to take care of any of that is going on in here. And it's all Omri approved organic. What I'm going to do is go ahead and mix them up and show you. There's different mixing instructions for each of the different ones there. So first we're going to get some water in here. That's our first ingredient. Let's see, there we are. Alright, that's 2 gallons of water we got in there. And this is a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. We're only going to mix it halfway full. And with the neem oil, you put 2 tablespoons per gallon of water. So we're going to do, let's go ahead and take this filter out of here. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. A little bit more than a gallon in there, so it's not going to hurt to have a little bit more or a little bit less. It's all organic. And with this mixture, you want to do, what was it? I think it was 2 tablespoons per 3 gallons. So since we have 2 gallons, we're going to do 1.5. This, that's 1.5. Good on that. And what I like to do is mix it up. I take the wand of my sprayer. I take the wand loose and I use it to mix in my mixture. stuff can be harmful to bees if applied improperly. You don't want to treat your flowers or anything with flowers while there are bees flying about. There are no bees or butterflies flying about today. It's really hot right now. It's the best time of the day that I have found to do this. If you guys, anybody watching, has used this stuff and you have found a better way, please leave a comment down below on how you use this stuff. I'm just showing you how I use this stuff. And let's hook up the backpack sprayer. And we're going to jump back in here and treat some things. And I'm going to kick you back into a time lapse so you can check out the rest of the treatment. And then we're going to jump in and do some stuff with the tomatoes. So keep rocking it with me. So now we're back at it, finishing out the rest of the brassicas. And I have ditched my pants. We went for a little dip in the water. Sorry I couldn't show that, had to cut it out. It was too nice, couldn't take y'all long for everything. You know, you can't have it all. I'll show you what I do all day long. You can't have it all. Can't have it all. But yeah, we're back at it. I'm in my shorts, cooled off, done been playing in the water. And now we're going down and treating the tomatoes, the German Johnsons and Mr. Stripey's. We're treating those, and we start treating some of the other tomatoes in rows 1 and 2, and the sprayer is out. Now it's time to get that trellis up on those German Johnsons and Mr. Stripey's. We're going to get one line up today on the taller plants. That's all they need right now. They're only at that 12-inch mark, so that's where we're going to put up our first line. We'll be doing more later in the week, I'm sure, because they are starting to grow pretty rapidly. And Felicia's laying down some of that cardboard that she processed earlier in the week. That way we can start cardboarding those rows out. And I'm just going back behind her, putting some rocks on and pulling some of the weeds out to hold the cardboard down. And right now I'm working in the area where I just treated these tomatoes, and I'm training them to grow inside the trellis that we put up. But the day is coming to an end. We are headed home. It is hot. We are tired. We've been in there about 8 hours today total, watering and feeding and all of that stuff. It's been a great day. We got a lot done. Now it's time to go home and do some more, because we have some stuff to do at home. It's pretty exciting, so stay tuned. It's not it. I know this is usually where I say that's it, guys, but it's not it. We had to go all the way to Bluefield. That's the next town over, about 25 miles. We picked up some canning jars. Now, it's time to start canning and making pickles. Pickle Rick. Get Rick, son. Yeah. Why? Because we can. It's time to make some pickles. Okay.
We're adding a bay leaf to each jar. First, because they're beautiful. And second, because they taste great. And third, they smell great. Yeah.
So how many jars do we get?
3, 6, 9, 10, 11, right?
Yep. We got 11.
It's a good number.
Quart jars.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
They're
So
beautiful. They're the most handsome pickles I've ever seen.
where are they?
They're the most handsome pickles I've ever seen.
Okay, so she's gonna add the leaves, and now we're gonna go into the kitchen and make up the mixture brine of vinegar and water and secret ingredients. So boom. Alright guys, so check it out. We're making the brine and the sauce for the cucumbers. We added 7 and 1/3 cups of water, 3 and 1/3 cups of vinegar. We added some dill. We added some red pepper. We added some ginger. We added some coriander. We added a little bit of honey. We added some ground cloves. We added some allspice. We added a cinnamon stick. And we added a pack of pickling dill pickles pickling spice. I can't really tell you how much of the other stuff we added. We just kind of threw it in there in amounts that didn't look like it would be overpowering, but just enough to flavor the pickles. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring this mixture to a boil on medium heat. So you check out that mixture she's got going on there. She's on there whipping it. She's just whipping it in there until it comes to a boil. And then we're gonna pour it into the jars of pickles. These are the jars of pickles. For the cucumbers, they're going to be pickles. And we have these special funnels that fit right into the tops of the jars so we can fill it with the mixture. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put the lids back onto the mixture, and we're going to put them into this pot right here, right yonder. We're going to fill it with water, and it will hold 7 jars at a time. And then you boil for 15 minutes in a hot water bath, and it seals the pickles. And that's it. I'll show you what it looks like when we get done. We probably have about another half an hour to 45 minutes before they're going to be finished. But that's the entire process what we're going through. And that's it, guys. Thank you for checking us out. I hope it was informational. I hope it was inspirational. Get out there and grow something. This is our first pickles of the season as a pickle episode. If you liked the video, go on and hit the like button down below. Subscribe for more videos. Hit the notification bell for more content in the future. And until next time, can you dig it?